Hi, as we start our second video for pages 60 to 62, I just want to remind you that our goal is to be able to use transformations on a coordinate plane. And these 1 to 6 are very helpful as you're trying to figure out where it goes on the coordinate plane. So looking at page 61, it says use the coordinate plane provided to graph the image with the given transformations. Use Google Shapes tool. So I actually I gave you lines and points to come up with it. Right now, you have triangle A with a coordinate of 2, 5, B is at 3, 1, and C is at 8, 6. And it says to take it left 10 and down 8. So you can take this point for A, and one way to do it is just count the number over. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and then it says down 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So this point would be your new A. I did not take a point, I took a line. So I'm going to put that right there. And then I'll move this because I don't know where I need that yet. So then I could do the same thing with B, or if you would rather, you can do a little little math here. If you are doing 3, 1, that's your point. If you're going 10 to the left, that's like subtracting 10. And then if you're going 8 down, that's subtracting 8. And so you could do 3 minus 10. So that'll make your ordered pair -7, or your x coordinate would be -7, and then your y coordinate would also be -7. 1 minus 8 is -7. And so you can take this, well, I mean to take a point, and then you could go to -7, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, down 7, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I'm going to have to scroll down a little bit to my other one. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And then you can do the same thing with C. So I don't care if you do the math like we did with B, or if you count left and down. Either way is going to be fine. So I'm going to do the math. If I'm at 8 and I'm going left 10, I know that that means it's going to be a -2. 8 minus 10 is -2. And then for my y value, 6 minus 8 will also take me to a -2. So it will be right there. So you can tell that I will have this exact same triangle, and your lines should fit because I took it from the one that they gave. And what you'll notice is when you're doing a translation or reflection or rotation, the size of your triangle doesn't change. But when it's a translation, it's even better because the directions of the lines will even also be the same. Now, onto this one. It says to use coordinate plane to graph the image, and it says rotate triangle ABC with vertices 2, 5, 3, 1, and 8, 6, 90 degrees counterclockwise. So again, the way I remember it is when I'm rotating it, I'm going to take my coordinates and I'm going to flip them. And then to decide which one needs to change, if I look at A, right now they're both positive. If I'm going 90 degrees counterclockwise, it's going to take it to this place right here, which means my first coordinate needs to be a negative. My second coordinate needs to be a positive. So here is how I do that thought process. And feel free to write this on your thing. So if A is at 2, 5, then for A prime, my first thing that I'm going to do, well, there we go. Sorry. The first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to flip the coordinates because I know when I'm rotating 90 degrees, I flip them. So instead of 2, 5, it's going to say 5, 2. And then the next thing I'm going to do is then decide which thing needs to have the negative. So again, if A is going to come over here, since it's 90 degrees counterclockwise, so I'm going opposite of a clock. If A is going to be over here, my first coordinate needs to be negative and my second coordinate needs to be positive. And so then I know that for my new A, bring these, I think I'm just going to bring all of this down here a little, oops. All of this down here a little closer so I have to keep scrolling. So that tells me that my A is going to be at -5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then +2. So it would go to there. So then now I'm going to do the same thing with B. The first thing right now it's at 3, 1. And so my new B, my B prime, first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to flip the coordinates because I'm always going to do that when I'm rotating 90 degrees. And then thinking about it, when it's over here, again, my first one needs to be negative and my second one needs to be positive. So B prime would be a -1, 3. So I'm going to take here and I'm going to do -1, +3. Oops, that didn't quite get it on the, that's close enough. And then I'll do the same thing again with C. And so with C, if it's at 8, 6, then I know for C prime, I'm first going to flip them. So it'd be 6, 8. And then I know that if it's going to be over here, my X needs to be a negative, my new X needs to be negative, and my new Y will be a positive. So I need to come over here. I'm going to go -6, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and then up 8, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And you're going to see how this is going to take the triangle and turn it 90 degrees. So you can change the rotation of the points. This one will take a little longer because it's changing the orientation, but that's fine. Got all day, right? And then, oops, I missed that one. And so hopefully you can really tell that it's the same triangle, just rotated. Let's do one more. This one, we are going to reflect on the x-axis. So for this, if you start here, A is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 away from the x-axis. So that means it needs to be 5 below. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. B is 1 above, so it needs to be 1 below. And then C is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 above. And so it needs to come to 6 below. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So you can already see that this is going to be the triangle flipped. So where C is the furthest away, it's going to stay the furthest away, even down here. So then you can grab your lines, but now you're going to have to like flip them all. So just get it onto one point, then you just stretch and get it to the next. So again, you can follow the steps right there from the first page of notes, and that kind of tells you the rules. Or maybe it's easier for you to just count on the coordinate plane. Either way is fine with me, but please let me know if you have any questions.